Hey y'all, get you high atop the old drill press there. Show you what's going on. You saw in the other videos that I mentioned taking that partial piece off the old model, right? Well, this is what I've come up with. It was fully up and around here, the whole bit here, right? And this is what I've ended up with. And let me show you what we've learned this afternoon with the blower and the different types of media we were using, a piece of paper floating with my hand, and all the other aspects. You saw me and Chuck thought maybe the rotation of the barrel of the fan was actually blowing harder out one side of the exit of the blower housing than the other, obviously, because it goes in that direction. So we ended up removing the plastic tube on the blower and turning it 180 and putting the blower instead of upside down, right side up, which would have sent it down, and it really didn't make any difference. What we did do is take that tube and actually jack the whole thing, and that did kind of make a little bit of difference at the very back side of the radiator. Instead of it all coming straight out, heavy out that one corner, it came heavy out the very back once we started aiming it toward the other corner. So, knowing that none of that pertains to real world, we're going to go ahead and do one vane, one directional. We're not going to go this far forward. I think because the center of it was struggling, we're really going to come more center, maybe even back a little bit more than this. We'll come back a little bit, maybe a little further, I don't know. But we're only going to need one because of what we're going to do with this partial piece here. So let me show you how the idea of this is going to work. We can do it right at the racetrack. If we put the directional vane in and say we're not happy with the numbers we're seeing, we can introduce more air by adding this piece on. You can see I put a little magic marker line on here where it's going to sit. We just brought it down from the way it fits, right? Just pivot right from that point on down. We can 5-minute epoxy this thing on at the racetrack, and we'll put some lines there, maybe cut it back or whatever. But we're going to put a big hole in the bottom of here, and we can do that at the track as well. We can use the cutoff wheel on the cordless drill, and quickly between rounds of practice, cut that hole out, put 5-minute epoxy on here, glue this thing on, and be ready to go again in a matter of no time. So that would introduce a whole bunch more air, and only to this middle and front side. We know with the high-speed air coming through this great big hole, it's feeding this back side pretty good because it's running right down this surface here and was coming straight into here. So we were getting it, angling the air more this direction. We were able to get it evenly coming out heavily all the way across the back, but certainly here when it coming straight in. So that's an option for us. We want to give ourselves options because we are going to test instead of race. Some say, well, why not do this right away? Because I'm not sure we're going to need it, and what the heck kind of excitement would that add to the weekend if we didn't have to do a little ration, right? But so that's it. That's what we're going to do. How am I going to get this crazy directional vane in here with this thing all like this, and how are you going to get in there to glue it? Think toast and toast, bread and toaster. Okay, I'm going to put a saw cut in here with the cutoff wheel, and we would probably use a template paper or something on here to find this edge and the saw cut We transfer it over to this side, obviously. Because things are a little different on the front than they are on the back. And what we would do is take the very thin single layer of 1.5 ounce glass we laid up on the window glass, because it's very movable and pliable. See how flimsy and flexible? I mean, you can bend this stuff right around, right? What we'll do is we'll put that saw cut in, and we'll put this thing in like a piece of toast going right in the toaster. Stick it right through, leave it hanging out each side. We'll be able to mark the contour on either side. And because we have to do some body working to this thing as it is with the microspheres and resin mixed together, our own little filler, we can just use the filler to hold it right in place. So that is the direction we're going. We'll put the single directional vane in. We'll give it another test, and we'll bring you that as well. But I don't believe we're going to need more than one. Don't think we really need to go that far with it, to tell you the truth. I think once we get this thing up and running on the racetrack, it's going to be fine once we get this stuff straightened out. So that's it. That's where we're at right now. I'll bring you some of this stuff as it comes to fruition. But pretty cool, eh? You can do this stuff too. Do it yourself. All it is a bunch of knowing what you have, knowing what you want, connecting the dots. Go from A to B and make things happen. It's pretty easy stuff. God bless y'all. Godspeed. Hang in there. Thanks for spending the afternoon with me.